Oh my God.
Miss McGee, you want me to start? Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Robert.
My name is Robert Austin. I am a member of StreetPeace in the Urban Youth Peace Academy, and I attend Ruskin School as an 8th grader. Thank you for coming and celebrating the International Day of Peace with us this evening. Thank you to all of the city officials who have given up their time to be here. Thank you also to the representatives of Dayton Public Schools who are here with us tonight. As a member of StreetPeace in the Urban Youth Peace Academy, we need to take a moment and thank two individuals specifically. Mrs. Jan Lepore-Jenelson, the Executive Director of Eastern Community Services, and Mr. Devin Berry, the Principal of Ruskin School. If you are here, would you please come forward? Mrs. Jan Lepore-Jenelson, we want to thank you for making it possible for Ruskin to be a neighborhood school that is really engaged in our community. Thank you for doing all the hard work to bring the neighborhood and the school together, and for making the school a big part of everyday lives, even after school hours. Mr. Berry, thank you for giving us the opportunity to mature on many levels by letting us read difficult books about racial issues and letting us talk about things that might make people uncomfortable. Like what's fair and unfair about our world, sharing stories and histories from the bottom up, not just histories of people who have always had power, and making this school a place where learning about many things is guaranteed and all voices are heard. If you have ever visited our school, you can thank Mr. Berry. We are like a little New York. By that I mean we are diverse, and we see that as a proud trait of our school. I have been a member of StreetPeace for 3 years. StreetPeace is a lot of work. That is the truth. Yes, we have fun, but there are things to be done in the community. I have learned that I am a lot, yes, but I am not everything. This means my story is important. This means my thoughts are important. My pain and my voice are all important. There are a lot, but my story is not the whole story. And there are histories that haven't even been told. When you think you are everything, think about those who have never had a chance to share their stories. In StreetPeace, we have a place where we share our stories. It is called Circle. In Circle, we talk about our lives. We listen to stories of people from other cultures who have experienced things a lot worse than we have. In Circle, we know that our stories are protected by people we trust to keep our story as sacred information. When we become a member of StreetPeace, we say we are willing to show peace no matter where we are, and to act the same on the streets as we do in school. We are not perfect. Last year, right before our big play, Martin Luther King tried to fight Nelson Mandela, and Mother Teresa had to break it up. So we are still learning, and most of us will admit that we still have a lot to learn about peace. We are learning third-way responses to conflict. The first way is to fight like a thug. The second way is to run away like a punk. And the third way is to find a really creative way to solve the problem. We are all committed to a third-way response. We have learned this year in reading Roots by Alex Haley that throughout time, certain people control the story that is told. They control how it is told, or if it is important enough to be told at all. They control how it is written, and therefore how it is remembered. The people with the power, the people with the biggest guns and the most money to pay for those guns are the one who wins the wars and get to tell the story. Who tells the story of the losers? As a kid, but a powerful kid, who stands here as a member of the Urban Youth Peace Academy, I am asking who is telling the story of our city. Every time I look at the news, all I see is bad news about kids. Who gets to tell the real story, the whole story? Who is deciding what gets told about the lives we live? If you want Dayton to be known as a place of violence and crime, keep telling yourself that story. If you want our schools to be known as horrible schools, keep telling yourself that story. But I live in this city, and I go to these schools, and I am committed to getting the good news that kids do, and challenging the people with all the control to listen to the stories we tell. Also, most grown-ups say children should be seen and not heard. If that is the case, how do you expect us to be the future? If you want to be a part of shaping the future story of Dayton, join the Urban Youth Peace Academy. Before I let the next speaker talk, I would like to throw out a challenge. Are there any members of the news media here this evening? Please come forward.
Now, where are you tonight?
If there are no news media here, that speaks for itself. Thank you.